Hey legends, and welcome back to BeamNG. Today, I'm going to show you why, despite the fact that Beam isn't a particularly structured game with any proper game modes, progression system, or anything of the like, it still manages to be the most fun. The amazing thing about this sim is that you don't need to load up a ridiculous hypercar and drive it around at 300 kilometers per hour to get excited, but then often you can actually have way more fun by doing the complete opposite. Trying to wrangle a broken down mess of a car that's barely driving faster than jogging pace. Before we jump in and do our masterclass on weight transfer, make sure you're subscribed to stay up to date with the many future BeamNG videos we have planned. You might think that saying any one sim is the best of them all is quite a big claim, and ordinarily I would agree with you, which is why I would suggest you try this in BeamNG yourself. Pair a completely incompatible car with a completely incompatible track. So of course, we're here on Small Island with the Gavril Barstow, one of the low-end V8 models, manual of course, because we've got to get all the fun and all the stick shifts and all the heel and toe in there. But this track, it's got gravel, it's got tarmac, and this car in its current spec is really barely made to do much of anything, much less be a performance vehicle. So I'm going to show you exactly why. Alright, here we go. As we build the revs for our big launch, here we go. The key is to burn away absolutely all of your grip while generating no usable acceleration whatsoever as you begin to telegraph your movements to the car only about 3 years in advance before it reacts. And I mean, you know, that's as good of an outcome as we can possibly hope for here. So we shoot down towards what I can only describe as the bridge of death. Just stay on, please. Get on the brakes, which are more of a suggestion, really. When you're driving a 2-ton car, a brake is more just a statement of intent rather than something that actually works. It's like if you had a pedal that would function as a brake, here is where it would be and here's what it would do. As I, actually effectively use the handbrake here. So you guys can probably see by the amount of input to output ratio as we get onto the gravel, what's actually happening. Now, I can only suggest that if you try this yourself, that you do it with the full 900 degrees of steering lock, because that's really half the fun. This is the kind of input to output ratio that really makes you feel for the 60s and 70s. And bear in mind, there was no power steering back then, as I desperately try to finesse this thing with full lock either way. We're good? Alright, we're good. Alright, I'm almost proud of my driving this time. See, the way that you want to be thinking of this is that the throttle is your steering wheel and that your actual steering wheel is more a secondary steering wheel that does nothing. It's closer to the horse-drawn carriage than it is a car, really. I mean, as I bounce around on these beautiful leaf springs. So it's kind of like riding a horse. You're kind of suggesting where it should go with the steering wheel, and then the throttle is kind of your whip. It's kind of the, hey, actually do this. Because, really, it doesn't do much accelerating you forward. Now, oh my god, I can never tell if the car is completely intact when I'm doing one of these. Let's go up to third, let's try it. Let's see how we go. Down to second, nice and conservative. It's really, you gotta think of it less as driving a car and more as finessing a lead ball down a mountain. Okay, so, now that we've navigated that gauntlet, this is what I love, really. I mean, look at the amount of input I'm having to put in to get a car that's basically just going straight casually. I mean, this is really the true art of driving that's been lost over the last 5 decades or so. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then maybe try the handbrake. Look, guys, you know what? You can actually use the handbrake if you're quick enough with the clutch, if you're able to, make things happen. Oh my lord. The full lock, the full opposite lock, and the car catches, but it never snaps because it's so slow. Come on. Yes, that is a pro tip right there. Stabilize the rear end with a barrier. We're getting dangerously close. Our radiator's not working too well here. I think the water temperature's a little high. Just got to get it over here, shift up a bit, lifts of course, because there's no rev limiter on this car, but you know, oh my God, looking back on this, oh, you can, no, don't go off, stay on, I say. Okay, good, all right. So, BeamNG, I mean, why does it take a car sandbox simulator to show us what's possible with car dynamics? You can feel everything, not only the leaf-sprung weight of this insane 1.5, 2 ton, whatever it is car, but the fact that all the panels are bending and contorting as I do these turns. Every little ripple you can see in the car, I can feel through the force feedback. It's absolutely magical. As we do our glorious finish here, I'm trying to work out what's... Oh, that's gorgeous. What a great shade of teal I picked for us. Was that closer to aqua? Guys, BeamNG, absolute masterpiece of just fun and joy. Strongly recommend you check it out for yourself. Eventually, I imagine I will catch my breath and relearn how to speak. I mean, this is a full cardiovascular workout if you pair a car like this with a track like this. I'm still planning a car hunt with some friends themed along 70s lines, so that's going to be very, very fun for us. Do all the good stuff. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. I love seeing the community grow. I love seeing you guys in the next one. So until that next one, peace.